penetration is the word we are using. What is there? To go deep into the country and touch the poorest of the poor with some kind of a insurance inclusion. You all know that Jan Dhan Yojana brought in the financial inclusion. I was also very impressed by one of the members who spoke about Swamitva. Was it Manoj Jaji? Swamitva. I was glad to hear that word. Who actually is doing Swamitva to the rural poor? Prime Minister Modi. Swamitva is asking. We've given digitized records to poorest of poor who hold small bits of land. They can't even have papers in their hand. Unless they have the paper, they can't go to the bank and raise a loan. Who actually is working for Swamitva and for the Swamitva of the poor? You may be a small party, I'm using your word, I'm not saying your party is small, but you said, I belong to small, will you hear my voice? Your voice is what is being heard. And we're doing that work. We are actually delivering, not just hearing your word. So, when somebody else said, I was very sort of hurt, but of course it's the right of every member. The poor will laugh at you. No, the poor are supporting Prime Minister Modi. Poor are saying, here we go, we give you vote, give us Ujjwala, give us gas cylinder, give us water, Nal Se Jal. No rich man wants Nal Se Jal. They're poor people who want some jal at their homes. Otherwise, they're carrying 7 or 8 pots and going miles. Rajasthan. In desert area, Bundelkhand, Madhya Pradesh. That's what Prime Minister Modi is doing. Poor are not laughing. They are actually laughing with happiness that here is the Prime Minister who's giving me gas in my house. Here is the Prime Minister who's bringing Nal Se Jal. Here is the Prime Minister who's given me full financial inclusion. Here is the Prime Minister who gives me mudra to do my chota mota venture in the street. Yeah, all right, you will. Don't shift the milepost. First, reach the gas. First, reach the gas to the poorest of poor. So, sir. The poor people are laughing with a sense of joy. I'm not sure if I remember who the honorable member was. Yes, the poor are happy because at least every one of the program of the government is reaching them. And by this, the Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Bima Yojana was launched by us. At 1 rupee per day, you can insure. You can safeguard your life, your limbs. If you were to have an accident, that Bima Yojana gives you money. So, in order to have that kind of a penetration, insurance companies need more money. I want to underline, and also to link it with Atmanirbhar Bharat and say, you're supposed to be, lecturing on Atmanirbhar Bharat. How are you allowing FDI? Yes, we are allowing FDI into this country. We are not saying take our money and go away. That is Atmanirbharta. We are only doing that, sir. So, yeah, we are bringing him back. Don't worry, you list me. Vijay Mallya, Mehul Choksi, Nirav Modi, all your friends are coming back.
Please.
All there, sir. Yes, I agree. I address you, sir. Vijay Mallya, Nirav Modi, Mehul Choksi, all of them are coming back to face the law of this land.
माननीय मंत्री के बयान के अलावा कोई चीज रिकॉर्ड पे नहीं जा रही है आप बैठकर ना बोलें
Sir, therefore, you can have any number of pulling us up. We'll answer every question. But whose dost was Mallya, whose dost was Choksi, whose dost was Nirav Modi, all of us know. And who gave them? Who gave them the money?
Who gave them loan? Please.
So, sir,
please.
No problem. They can keep asking one after the other. Everybody is coming back to this country to face the law of this country, sir. So, it's all right when I can give you the calendar. Sir, again.
Please.
Again, sir. There was a lot of giving details which are very pertinent details about compare India's insurance sector in terms of its penetration, in terms of the density and so on. Insurance companies, just to have a comparison, sir, I've talked about 2015 to 2020. In 1999, there were only 6 companies in India. In 2019-20, thanks to all the opening up, liberalization, 1991 onwards, various stages, 2000, before that 1999, 2000, 2015. Today, when I said 2019-20, there are 70 companies. From 6, it has come to 2019, 70 insurance companies. What is the penetration, sir? When I say penetration, premium to GDP. We had a penetration of 2.71 in 2001. Today it is increased to 3.76. Today, when I say today, it is 2019-20. Now just compare that with the rest of the world. We are talking about India, aspirational India, young India, growing your population. If in 2019-20 we have 3.76%, sir, just look at the penetration. That's a penetration figure. China, 4.3%. South Korea, 10.78%. Brazil, 4.3%, 4.03%. Taiwan, 19.97%. Russia, 1.35%. South Africa, 13.4%. And therefore, the global average, which I think Zafar or somebody did refer, 7.23%, whereas India is still at 3.76%. Now, density, which is premium to the total population. $11.5 it was in 2001-2, whereas now in 2019-20, it has gone up to $78 in India. Now, what is the global figure for that for the year 2019? China, $430, whereas ours is $78. $3,366 in South Korea, $351 in Brazil, $4,993 in Taiwan, $157 in Russia, $803 for South Africa, and $818 is the global average. 818. We are at 78. That is the density. So there is immense opportunity for our insurance sector to grow. Obviously, in September of 2019, FDI limit for insurance intermediaries was enhanced, and therefore a lot of changes happened. One such a change is what was referred to by Tiruchi Shivaji on the amount 9,000. I'll come to specifically talking about that. So sectoral performance, just one data which I want to bring to the notice of honorable members in the House. If you look at the premium within India, sir, underwritten by general and health insurance, I'm taking the source from IRDAI, the regulator. Public sector insurers, premium as a market share, in 2018-19 it was 40.52, whereas now in 2019-20 it is 38.78, public sector insurance. Private sector insurance, in 2018-19 it was 47.9, today, meaning 19-20, it is 48. So just compare the public sector and private sector. Public sector insurance market share is 38.78, whereas private sector's market share is 48.03. So slightly closer to half of the market share is with the private sector. Then standalone health and specialized insurers, I can give you the figures, but I just want to bring that perspective back to this debate. Sir, the spirit with which all the committees had spoken, again I want to draw the attention. Why should, this question was raised, why should owned and controlled as 2 words which are part of the definition be amended? Will it not dilute the sovereignty of the sector? Some honorable member did raise that question. Here the word, I want to underline this, here the word controlled means right to appoint a majority of directors, control the management of policy decisions, including by virtue of their shareholding or management rights, or shareholder agreements or voting agreements. So, by raising the FDI limit to 74%, dropping the word owned becomes a natural corollary. As regards the control, budget announcement